Now,
I'm not really
let's hear
sure.
points for Skywrath Mage, Rickies. You told me just
The
before this match that you are a huge advocate for it. He's your favorite hero. You love chickens.
This is true. I do. I think you're making up some of the facts there, but I'll let it slide this time. I mean, the thing with Scarth Mage is the hero just has so much burst potential. Pair it with the Mars, like this. These two can. It's kind of like similar to the Legion, where they just kill any hero that they see. You don't really have a save at all on the side of APU here. You have Weaver, Bane. Like Nightmare is a temporary save, but for the most part, anyone that they find will pretty much just die. And it's great against the Weaver. You have a silence, instant cast. Pretty long range, amplifies the match damage you take, and Weaver is not a very sturdy hero, so I like it. I think it's a sick pick.
Those are excellent points. And you're an excellent person to cast with, Ricky. There.
Oh, thanks,
That's all
man.
I got. However, they're going to build Lotus Orbs, and Skywrath Mage is going to have a miserable life and a
Yeah,
miserable game. And
that's what ends up happening usually.
yeah,
The Morphling into Sand King, though, this is actually one of the best Morphling lanes that you can get. It's not that great because of Weaver, like, just being a nuisance, but you have Ogre in front of you, so, like, this Morphling should basically free farm.
hmm super easy for Ogre to get in there and harass the Sand King. A lot of the time, those weaknesses that you have on or sorry, against Sand King is a lot of heroes Morphling doesn't have is it kind of whittles you down either by popping the creeps with Caustic Finale, harassing them with Sandstorm, then like trying to finish you off with a Burrow Strike. But as long as you have enough HP where you're not just Burrow Striked and blown up with Caustic Finale over a quick stun or whittled down with Sandstorm afterwards, you're always going to be able to morph full agi back up to strength or slowly put yourself back up to strength as the burst damage on Sand King isn't incredibly quick. So I like it for those reasons. And of course, being able to take over or turn into Sand King as the game goes on. Burrow Strike is an excellent ability to steal as you morph into him. Another gap closing stun ability, a lot like how the Morphling Earthshaker combo goes.
Yeah, yeah. All right, last set of bans. I'm curious what they end up going for.
They go to the Faces Void on side of Lava, so they're worried about just hard lockdown, catching out this Morphling, being able to find a quick kill off on him. They don't have a ton of damage to put into the Chronosphere. You can jump in on Sand King
You have to
after you.
ban. Oh, never mind. It's already banned. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask what hero you're talking
I
about.
was gonna
I'm
say
just going to
anti mage.
accept. You didn't need to say that.
It's a very good anti mage for APU, but it's
Yeah,
currently already banned.
yeah.
So
ABU recognizing that, banning out the hero. You didn't need to incriminate yourself like that,
that's all
but
right.
I respect you more for it.
Yeah, I try to be honest. Phantom Lancer.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
good
That's
PL.
a common counter out to the Morphling.
Could go for the Drow Ranger.
Just being able to quickly blow up the Morphling, go through all of his armor, force him to build armor items. It's
Oh, Shadow
not
Fiend.
what they go for, though. That is
Interesting.
the
Safe
opposite
lane
of what I
Kunkka, then I
expected.
think.
Or could be Safe Lane Shadowfeed. I know that you're a fan of this one, Ricky.
I have not lost on Safe lane Shadow Fiend yet.
He's never played it.
That is not true. I'm 5-0. Actually, I started running Safe Lane Shadow Fiend like months ago, and people thought I was crazy. But here we are.
You are crazy, but it did end up becoming popular.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just an innovator. What can I say?
You are. All right. Minute and 30 seconds side on the last pick here on the side of Lava. Anything in mind that you have to round this one out? They got rid of both the Timbersaw and the Bat Rider.
I mean,
I
the
guess
Bat
they're
Rider
worried
pick would have
about
been
these
super
drawn out
sick.
fights. Yeah. Bat Rider would have been amazing this game, but I guess they're concerned about drawn out fights here. Everybody deals damage to people pretty slowly, other than the Shadow Fiend now. He does burst people down pretty quickly.
I'm trying to think what you can pick here.
I mean, you could use a little bit more lockdown in order to catch out the Weaver and the Sand King. Eventually, these heroes will have Lotus Orbs and things become a little bit more difficult. So, hard disable would be nice, but it's not what Apu were concerned about.
Yeah, you're kind of looking for an initiator or a tanky hero, and like you can't really go for like a spirit here. I don't think there's too many like good forms of lockdown outside of maybe Void Spirit. You could potentially go for the Void Spirit. Um,
Wouldn't mind seeing a Void Spirit here. It's been a little bit underwhelming the last couple times I've seen these teams play it, but having had to jump the Bane or the Weaver, I think is probably what you want. Having someone else sit in front wouldn't be awful either. but I think you do go with a Void Spirit here or
Yeah.
another Spirit Hero, but Void, my preference.
Yep, there's your tanky initiator.
Ooh,
So I like this a lot. So it's
ooh,
probably just going to be, yeah, Leo style mid Mars. And we talked about this in the last draft when they picked the Mars, like with the Tidehunter, that like Leo style has been known to play it in the mid lane. So it's not that unordinary for this roster to do like this rotation of the Mars to the mid lane and then take the Axe into the safe lane. Or I'm sorry, into the off lane.
yeah. Frank the Tank playing the axe. You love to see it. And yeah, mini on the Shadow Fiend, so it's going to be position one Kunkka, not position one Shadow Fiend, and Sexy Fat playing the Sand King. Both teams have a decent amount of lockdown. You were talking about this last game when we were on the break screen. You said something very smart, Ricky. I got to give you credit for
Did
it.
I?
Yeah, you're talking about how last game when we saw the Weaver, he didn't actually like he had all these damage items. He had a BKB, he had a Daedalus, he had a Monkey King bar, but he actually wasn't finding kills on the backline because there was no backline. The
Oh, yeah,
backline
yeah. That
heroes
was a smart
were
thing to say.
Mars and Ogre Magi. You were correct about that. He just itemized how like you want to itemize do a lot of Weaver, but it wasn't the game for it. This time there's a Skywrath mage to kill. I think he's going to be able to get a lot more done on the Weaver. The Ogre Magi is still definitely an issue, but I think it's a little bit easier for a game when you're playing against him. No hero on their team other than the Morphling is great at dealing with the Weaver bugs either, which makes it pretty scary. But because I hate Skywrath Mage, and for that reason alone, APU King of Kings are my preference for who I think is going to win this match.
Okay. I I might be agreeing with you on this one.
You just hate Skywrath Mage that much.
No, man. I also just like hate the Sand King though.
Friend, hello,
You hate Sand King?
friend.
Stay down.
Yeah, I don't feel like Sand King is very good.
All you have to do is
He's
Um,
adorable though.
he is.
Use it once.
In my opinion, one of the cutest heroes.
I'm gonna go with Lava. I think this Morphling is gonna have a pretty free game, so I'm just gonna say Lava. Gonna take this 2-0.
All right. Cannot wait for Ricky to be wrong and for us to go 1-1 to start the day off, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm not sure if that's mosquito, as in he's a mosquito, or Moose quit. Oh.
That's a good
Thoughts on the alt
question.
chat?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if you noticed, but Bane getting a beat down here from Frank.
30 seconds to battle.
Oh, they're gonna
seeing
get this
that
D.
one, but
Sound
Did you know about the D ward? Oh my
yeah.
gosh, they got it.
Yep.
All right, that's pretty
pretty
well.
good.
All right, well, they're going to know where the ward is now because obviously it got dewarded. So Sentry comes out from Catyu. He sees that. Meanwhile, behind the tower, Mini just taking a lot of damage from the Battle Hunger.
Yep, he's going to be forced to pop a tango at the beginning of the game.
trained hard to get here.
This style's not going to be able to do a ton of damage to him, unfortunately. It's pretty easy for Shadow Fiend to play back. Maybe he doesn't pop his tango. We'll see.
It's going to be 3 runes for the side of APU. And if you want to know what it is going to be funny, when
What's that?
I'm right at the end of this game and you're wrong.
We'll see about that. uh,
What is that voice line? Jeez.
I didn't even realize that the team had their voice lines through the game. That is very loud and has been questionable audio quality. That's a good one right there.
Yeah, I feel like scuffed audio quality has kind of like become a staple in a lot of the voice lines.
Yeah. That was the case for EGs. One of the biggest orgs in Dota. They have like scuffed audio in their voice lines to their backs. It has to be intentional, right?
Oh, it absolutely is intentional. Yeah, it's part of the meme.
Yeah. Shout out to manager Panders. I know he wouldn't make a mistake like that unintentionally. I'm sure it's a funny haha.
Good control on the creep aggro here in the mid lane. Ends up getting the deny on the range creep. A little bit of a misplay there from Leo style. He like wasted his God's Rebuke on a melee creep when he was like in range to just lasted it and then had nothing to secure the range. Meanwhile, Serum top lane. This is gonna be the first blood. Goes the way of Frank on the axe, just using that battle hunger.
Yeah, I mean, huge movement slow between the battle hunger and the concussive shot, but unfortunately, Skywrath Mage eventually becomes useless, as you will see very shortly. This isn't a cope.
That's a lot of cope coming out.
That is what you sound like.
That was great timing, Leo style. Thank you.
Right. Catch you putting a lot of aggression here onto the Weaver. I mean, one of the benefits of this Ogre Magi is he does deal pretty well with the position 4 Weaver. Even once you have level 3, like, because he's got so much armor and HP regen, like, you're never able to whittle him down. The bugs aren't a massive issue. All your damage is physical. He does just fine against it. So he's able to just, like, man up on these two heroes here. I'm going to rotate here into the mid lane.
And they just want to try and secure the water runes, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Leo style gets bottom. Top taken over by Kim, so just trying to slow down the mid lane of Mini here.
Oh, that should not have happened.
That is some hot chili you're serving up down there.
I actually
Ends
don't
up
know
just
how
getting-
that happens.
It ends up just getting, he wasn't even stunned by the Sand King there.
Caillou also just going to die as well, so double kill for the Weaver. I mean, that has to be a massive misplay. There's no way you go down in this lane.
Yeah. He ends up just getting an auto attack off on him and goes into him with Sakuchi at the same time and ends up bringing him down. It was a very short window, and he didn't hit, he didn't start attribute shifting.
Was he just playing super low?
He was.
Yeah.
And he
Wow.
definitely had time to morph there, so rare mistake there by Kataro. Jupiter almost goes down, but managed to get the Sakuchi off. I mean, I say that, but he still had a Fairy Fire and 7 stick charges. I'm sure that was very calculated.
Top lane, Frank just going for the dive here onto Benny, and I don't think he's getting out of this one. Skywrath Mage tanks the tower, takes the kill. Meanwhile, Axe continuing the chase here onto Serum, but that's a lot of damage from the tower. You don't have your Vanguard quite yet. Kim making the rotation on in to try and draw some of the aggro here. He will end up paying for this, I'm sure. Well, yeah, there it goes. He ends up dying. And it looks like Weaver denies himself to the tier 3s, so.
Yep. And finishes up his urn. I mean, he just wants to get this up and running as quickly as possible, find the kill, start getting urn charges in. And make Shadow Fiend's game a little bit easier for him. As it is not great right now. Given the fact that he's a little bit further behind where he wants to be.
The thing is with like Kataro's death bottom, it's not really going to slow his game down all that much. It's just the Sand King is getting way more out of the lane than he should because of that death. Like he's almost level 5. Like he's able to just kind of solo lane right now, which is pretty much never the case when you're the Morphling into the Sand King. Like this is one of the best counters into the Sand King lane. The only other one is like Anti-Mage.
Yep. Which was banned out, of course, as you had mentioned.
Serum in some trouble once again. Level 1 Battle Hunger only. But rotation in from the Weaver. Skywrath Mage down in the negative armor territory. Goes down easily to the Weaver. And now X into the Torrent, turning their attention on over to the Axe. This guy's pretty tanky. But 3 heroes with the Weaver. Plenty of damage. They got him. Double kill for the Weaver. Grabs his 4th of the game.
Did end up going down once, but that's going to be urn charges under his belt. We were talking about that one. He now has it up and running, so I'm making a beeline over here to the mid lane. If you can get the Nightmare off, they can set this up, but
That is what you sound like.
can't close that gap fast enough, unfortunately.
Water Boy into the mid lane as well. Will refill his bottle. Turn their attention on over to Mini. Skywrath Mage does do a lot of damage here. He can go for the spear back, sends him into the tower. Nightmare gonna buy him a little bit of time, but gets silenced up. Kim finds the kill. Arena now comes out as he hits level 6. Caillou here with him inside, trying to bring down this Bane, and they get him with the God's Rebuke. Now able to try and Sakuchi away is gonna be the Weaver. He ends up just getting the kill onto the Mars anyway. Oh my goodness. Ignite will be able to find the kill. Yeah, this Weaver is super dead. So Caillou finding a return there. What ends up being a pretty good exchange for Lava at the end of the day. A 3-for-1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, gold definitely going their way after finding all those. A lot of gold in XP, actually. And Kachu, he's going to be probably be able to find his level 6 reasonably quickly. after all this.
Yeah.
This is the majority of his HP there, though. Those 2 quick raises. But man needs to get to work, start stacking up camps and whatnot, so Axe can get his Blink Dagger up quicker. And if not him, then Serum needs to get on that. All the support's been really active, so we don't see a ton of stacks. You usually do for both the Axe and the Shadow Fiend. But they've been so preoccupied like rotating the lanes, finding kills, that there has been no time to get these cores extra farmed.
Mid lane, they really want Mini. They don't have an arena, but we'll be able to spear him right into the tower. The bonus magic damage adding up quick. The ignite plus the fire blast. They get him. He goes down Mini. Well, at least allow them to set up a kill there onto Leo Style and Caillou as well. Another double kill for the Weaver as he's continuing the chase for Kim under the tower. He's got -5 armor. He finally gets the bug off of him, but he's not going to stop. Sakuchi's into the trees. He manages to dodge it out, but Serum's there with the brain sap.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I get the kill off on the Shadow Fiend there is the Weaver was doing exactly what I was talking about, moving over to get these camps stepped, but realized a little bit too late that the Shadow Fiend was getting that. They get 3 return kills. Top lane.
Yeah, this should be an easy kill. A lot of match damage coming in from Mini with those 4 points in the raise. Benny with the boat helps setting up that kill. So some good return kills come out from APU. It's mostly just the Weaver. I mean, Weaver is 7 of their 11 kills so far.
Yes, and 2 assists as well under his belt. I mean, man's not even level 6 yet, but he has definitely done a lot of damage this game. And we did mention that it would be a little bit easier for him to do that against the Skywrath Mage. It is pretty easy for him. Just do like unload physical damage into him with Swarm and Geminate attack. He didn't really have that available last game.
Yeah, bottom lane, nice rotation there. Kim and Leo Style with the smoke. I'll find the Sand King there.
And they snag the bounty runner. They're going to, leaving that one for Leo Style to refill his bottle. Looks like they're going to ramp around in the mid lane here as well. Jupiter on the Weaver, not going to be an easy find. He is level 6, so he's got time lapse available. He's just going to walk away, in fact. Now he doesn't have time lapse available. If they can find a kill on him, great, but it looks like he's just moving up in the top lane. Axe no Blink Dagger yet, but wants to be able to continue to slow down.
Nightmare comes through, boat to follow. It should be an easy kill here with the rest of the damage from this Weaver as well. So Frank gonna get the duel, or the taunt rather, for the moment. Caillou rotating in, they get the stun out onto Benny, and Kataro's just dumping in the damage. We'll be able to find the return kill. I mean, pretty worth it, honestly, as Kataro, he wants to be top lane right now.
Yeah, Leo Style is going to try to get this Weaver in. Like we mentioned, no time lapse available.
Perfect timed on that Fire Blast as well. Double kill goes the way of the Morphling. And mid lane, Mini forced to retreat as Leo Style comes back mid. I will say, Leo Style has had some all-star rotations already this game on the Mars.
Yeah. Definitely help make things happen. He needs to be active right now to counter out some of these Weaver's movements. Weaver's having way too good of a game, almost his Spirit Vessel completed.
They're going to try and turn it around onto Mini. He doesn't go for the call. The Shadow Fiend gets away with the haste rune there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right, refilled this man's bottle, so SF doesn't have to go back to base just yet. BR lands with a can't go over to the mid lane, but
Look to their middle tower.
it's that. They get the retreat off. Kim's been able to just exist down here in the bottom lane for way too long. 60 Fat hasn't been able to do anything to get on top of him. Skywrath Mage obviously here with a lot of movement. Without Blink Dagger, he just gets to farm. Right.
One of the things to note, though, is, I mean, net worth, only 1,000 in favor of APU here, but look at the cores, right? Like, Axe and Mars are falling very far behind their counterparts.
Yeah, they are. I mean, thankfully, Morphing is at the top, but it's not like he's going for any farming items this game, so he's not really going to pick up the pace and super heavily outscale his enemy heroes. He's going for Lincoln Sphere as his first item. It's gotten more popular. I believe, I didn't get the chance to watch the Beast Coast games. I was meant to watch the replays of them. I stopped myself short top lane.
Oh, they get the Fire Blast off just in time, so Shadow Fiend will be able to make it out. Or, I'm sorry, not Shadow Fiend, the Axe will make it out. They managed to find a kill bottom onto Weaver. Let me guess, silenced and died?
Silence and die. That is exactly right.
Nice. Remember you were saying about
That's pretty
Skyrath
good.
Mage?
I mean, we'll get there. Hero's useless. I stand by that.
Oh, he died solo to Skyrath Mage, going for a dive. Wow.
Well, hero's useless. I'll stand by that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. APU win this. You'll see.
Serum has Fiend's Grip trying to get on top of Katara, but he gets the morph off just in time. Instead, just turns his attention back over to the Bane. Morphs into him Leo styles here as well as Cat-U, and they'll be able to send him right. Oh, he did the good old cheeky God's Rebuke to cancel the spear.
Yeah. If anyone unfamiliar with that one, if you God's Rebuke very quickly after throwing out a spear, and if the spear is going to put them in a place where they're going to hit the tree, or a wall, anything for that matter, it'll stop them at like the end of where your God's Rebuke would push them back and stun them, as if they hit the wall at the end.
It's very weird.
Yeah. There's a couple things that work like that. Earth Spirit was like that for a while. If his roll stopped short and he was going to roll into a hero, he will just end up finishing the roll anyways. They fixed that one.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of that, though, as an Earth Spirit player. It confused the hell out of people. And was also, like, not okay that you would just, like, keep moving.
So Lincoln Sphere, first item on the Morphling. This game makes a lot of sense. Mini in the mid lane in a lot of trouble. Just absolutely bursted down, and now Serum will be able to get the Nightmare off onto the Morphling. They come through with a big Bro Strike, and Kataro goes down thanks to the Epi damage, and Serum survives through it all. The raindrop keeping him plenty healthy as Sexy Fat with this Blink reveal doing a lot of work. Spirit Vessel does come out. He gets the neutral creep deny. But that was a really sick play there from APU.
If Lincoln's so good, why Waterman dead?
Spirit Vessel.
He never got his morph off.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't. What the heck? Okay, I thought he was morphing. My bad.
No. Spirit Vessel is in fact completed with 4 charges, so you're just gonna have this in order to deal with it. But yeah, man got slept into a burrow strike and then finished off by the epicenter. The moment he woke back up, he went down to like the last pulse from the epi. More fans in shambles. Skyrath Mage fans in shambles. This hero again is falling off. He's got a Blink Dagger queued up, so his main goal this game, I think, is just be able to get on top of Weaver, Sand King, Bane, and get a silence off at a very clutch time.
Oh, they looking for this Weaver. They get the Battle
he's got a
Hunger
time
off.
lapse.
He time lapses back the other way, but right into a stun and a silence, and yeah, Weaver's dead.
Yeah, that was a silence preemptively clicked there by Moose, aka Kim. He had the target on him, so as soon as he came back into his cast range with the Ancient Seal, the silence was there. I mean, I think it's possible he survived because you have to turn around to get the Ancient Seal off, and there's no cast pulling on Sakuchi. But I think Sakuchi was on cooldown for another moment.
Benny, X-Boat, pulls Cat-U back in. Lincoln's gonna protect him for the moment, but I think he's dead here, right? Okay, no. 3 times Fire Blast. The rest of the team don't want to actually chase this one out.
So I'm gonna get this Fire Blast off of Benny. I mean, watch this. Watch him burn down here. The boat debuff, and you hate to see it.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, end up having 3 going off onto him.
Oh, nice call in from the Axe. Well, goodbye Weaver. Melted once again by the Skyrath Mage, but Axe has come so far forward. The bug still on top of him, down to negative armor once again. And Minnie's gonna pick him up with one last raise. Midland. Wait a minute.
Unlucky. Torrent throws him up as the spear comes out, so he goes right over the wall.
You know, that's a good one. It's a good interaction. Oh my gosh, Shadow Fiend just got wrecked. Needs to be careful, actually. Fiend's Grip comes through from Serum onto the Skyrath Mage, and, you know, that will finish him off, but Minnie might think twice once that BKB is on cooldown.
Yeah, man's got to be careful. I mean, at the very least, he prioritized his BKB this game. He realized that this is something that need to be completed as soon as possible. Very value item this game. I mean, I think I've gone off to you before about it before. It's one of the reasons I hate Shadow Fiend so much is you're just forced to build defensive items on this guy because of how easy he is to walk at. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, why don't you just pick a hero that doesn't die so easily?
Yeah.
You agree? All right, that was easy.
No, I mean that's just like his weakness. 100%.
Yeah.
He just gets walked at or ran at by the enemy team.
Yeah.
Mid lane, Nightmare ends up perfectly dodging the Burrow Strike. Very good stuff. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they find the Kunkka. BKB comes out from Benny. Able to keep himself alive. Just tanky enough to not go down to that Solar Flare, Mystic Flare.
So what do you mean that? If Skywrath made just so much damage, Ricky.
Oh, they find the Weaver. Nice Nightmare. He's going to get silenced up, but Boat comes through. Going to get dodged out, but a big Requiem. He goes right into the Burrow Strike there on the Morphling, and oh boy, Kotaro having a rough game now as Axe also getting chased down here. The Spirit Vessel from the Weaver doing more than enough work.
He came out of a torrent, waveformed, immediately went into a Burrow Strike, and then got finished off by Requiem and Raises there. He just keeps dying without being able to morph back into strength in this game. And he went for a first item Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, I mean, the Morph needed to like pop off this game, and unfortunately, he's had, now 3 really bad deaths and has completely slowed down Kotaro. And as a result, I mean, they just feel so much stronger on APU. They can pretty much do whatever they want right now.
Yeah. And I was highlighting this one. Oh, Sexy Fat in the mid lane. He's gonna go for it.
Oh yeah, with Epi, he got more than enough damage.
Alright. Bottom lane. I'm just gonna go. Oh, alright, he's gonna let him go. Frank was moving down there pretty quickly. But I was highlighting that one earlier. I mean, the reason you go this Lincoln Sphere is it is such an incredible defensive item, right?
Yeah.
Just being able to keep you alive, decent regen. The all stats that he gives you now is super sick, but if you're dying, you would have been better off going like almost anything else. You spend so much gold for so little stats compared to what you get from a lot of other things you build on range cores like Dragonlance or maybe like going in straight into your E-Blade or going Yasha Manta style into something else. Like it depends what you're playing against, but you change up your build a lot. Lincoln Sphere, like for your farming speed, is one of the worst items you can get.
They're really trying to get their hands on Kotaro, but they will not find him here as he's gonna get the smoke pot thanks to that Skywrath Mage. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ward plays up on the high ground here from Cat-U. Gonna be able to stun up the Bane for the time being. The question is, do they have the damage? Mystic Flare comes through, spins him right up against the wall. Leo style will be able to find the first kill. Now the question is, can he actually get out? There's gonna be the Yules. Requiem comes in, but a nice call from Axe to cancel it. Trying to just make himself out of here, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Requiem finally does come through. Kotaro turns himself into the Sand King, doing a lot of damage here to Mini. He's just down to 40 HP, and he's going to shatter. No problem at all. Morphling, he's got a stun of his own. The question is, can he find more? There's going to be the Axe. The Culling Blade does find the kill. Looking for the Weaver. The second chop comes through from Frank.
This time they don't manage to find the kill off onto him. An Axe gets some super sick initiation. That team fight definitely won for them by Frank. That initial jump in as the Sand King was trying to get in, ended up catching out the BKB on the Shadow Fiend, wasting the majority of the duration of that one. Stop from doing anything. That was all on Frank, man.
It was really sick,
Frank,
and then
right?
on top of it, like the Skywrath Mage Veil did so much damage in that fight. Like they're standing inside a sandstorm from the Morphling.
That's going to be your highlight?
I know. I mean, like
it's
just the Veil of Discord, like on a Shadow Fiend. Like most of the damage Shadow Fiend took in that fight was just magic. It was Waveform, it was Burrow Strike, it was the Adaptive Strike. Like he just got shredded. Once his BKB came off, he just had nothing left. And now that E-Blade's done on the
Mage
Morphling,
Enjoyers are the worst. Skywrath Mage Enjoyers are the worst.
I also have to point out that Morphling got the best neutral item you can get for a Morphling, which is the Nether Shawl.
Yeah, he got that, I think, like just after the 17-minute mark, he picked it up. So, hero that sits at extremely low HP, very high armor. All he needs is more magic resist, and he ended up getting that for himself. The amp is pretty nice for shotgunning as well, but it's going to be so much trickier to blow him up. And the fact you don't have to spend an inventory slot for this extra magic resist also feels super nice. He's going
6K
for his
gold
B
lead still for APU though. I mean, they're still feeling very strong.
The Morphling, he's got BKB as the next item, so he's feeling like he wants to fight into these enemy heroes. Benny's been farming super well, but one of the weaknesses of this Pause 1 Kunkka is he's not going to scale like in a 1v1 situation in the late game super well.
It's not a Morphling, basically, right?
Yeah, it's not a Morphling.
They get vision of the Weaver. In comes the silence. The burst damage is there. Concussive blast will finish him off. Kataro getting it with the Sakuchi. And now they can actually turn their attention right into Roche. They drop the bugs there and they're ready to go. 30 seconds, no more Weaver. Frank trying to do what damage he can, even using the Blade Mail.
Yeah. And it does look like they're going to be able to get this one in time. No one's going to be in place to defend. They do see a double damage rune here, though. So Minnie's going to bottle this one up. And maybe they can take a fight against him with this one, but not without the Weaver. He's been a huge part of these team fights, so they're going to wait for him to come back up.
Yeah, it's 2 games in a row now where this Weaver has just been super farmed. And he is going to just go that Spirit Vessel into BKB, so he might transition into that semi-core like we saw last time.
Yep. We'll see if he goes straight to the data list after the VKB like last time as well.
Mid lane, Yules will catch the Mars, drops the Arena, gets the Spear, but it's not going to connect as Mini pops the BKB as well as Benny, so they will be able to grab the mid lane Mars and start, I guess, just pushing towards bottom. They have no reason to be top anymore.
All right, Jupiter's going to go scout out the enemy team's triangle, but yeah, setting up in the enemy team's jungle actual, I think is the best play. There's a tier 2 to take over there. You could cut the mid wave there as well. We're going to see a short pause, though. But yeah, I think that's the play here. Just farm up the enemy team's jungle and try to avoid taking fights for the next couple of minutes. Bringing down Morphling twice, now that he's got this Aegis, is a little bit of a tall order. Just because, like, if Sand King gets in, and like somebody needs to disable his Lincolns, obviously, but if he gets in and gets the kill off on him, okay, great, you're doing fine. But the very few instant disables after that jump in on the Sand King to work with. So I feel like if he comes back up, like that and Fiend's Grip are just kind of off the table. So stalling this out while he's got this Aegis, unless the Morphling steps heavily out of position, is going to be important here for APU.
I'm trying to think like what is like the next big, you know, jump or power spike here for Lava, because if
they don't have one, they've got Skywrath Mage.
It feels
That's
like
the hill
the
I'm
mid
dying
lane
for.
Mars is kind of falling off a little bit. He's got like the Blink Yules. He's on his way towards the BKB, but it's pretty far away.
Yep. His damage isn't really scaling much at this point. Meanwhile, you know, Shadow Fiend is going to like continue to get way stronger. Get him down the bottom.
Blink call bottom lane. You don't need anything else. That's a dead Shadow Fiend. And now looking for more. Cat U will be able to find the Bane here off onto the high ground. Kataro just bursts him down. Benny gonna send the X back, but we'll be able to get the call in time. Nice blink epicenter in from Sexy Fat. We'll be able to take down the X. Kataro might need to bail. No, they catch the Weaver. Beautiful find there by Leo Style. The question is, can they find more? Doesn't look like it. Disengage out from the Kunkka as well as the Sand King, but quick 3 for 2.
Yeah. And Sand King, Kunkka just going to go back to split pushing waves, trying to find himself a little bit more farm, but a jump, obviously, huge advantage there again. The Bane, not able to get the neighbor off onto the SF there. Prevents some of that Mystic Flare damage, and he just ends up going 100 to 0 so quickly. I have Scotty super important to him, so he doesn't just get blown up on these initiations. We run into the same issue that we saw in the previous game, where Liftsteel had to hit the tower. Shadow Fiend has that problem right now. Kunkka is a little bit further back. SF is just being the range here, the one who sits on top of the high ground. And they rotated that in with some pretty good coordination there from Lava as well.
So we're going to go for a smoke play here on Lava as they're heading into the triangle. Sand King, smoke is still there, so they know that it's... Oh, Kataro attacked it, though. It ends up whiffing the call from Frank as a result. Bro strike out from Kataro, though he does manage to find the Bane, takes him down, but it's cost you your axe. Leo Styles Arena just holding them back for the moment, considering going in, but the BKB comes through from Benny's. They just crush the back line of this fight, and Kataro is going to lose his Aegis. Leo Style will finally take down the Shadow Fiend so far, a 3 for 2, but they got so many resources left on the side of APU, and Kataro trying to save Leo Style here by dropping that Lincoln's on him. Sexy Fat almost goes down, but Yules will buy in the time, and now Kataro, he's really far forward. Spirit Vessel doing the work. The Torrent to follow. Is he going to be able to get his way out of this? I don't think so. Waveform in one. They commit the Epicenter for good measure. Ends up being a 5-hero wipe for Lava.
They ended up stealing the Rampage at the very end there. I thought they were going to give that one up to Benny for sure, but they ended up catching the rest of the heroes, and they ignored the Morphling. The Morphling spent a lot of time sitting at very low HP after fleeing the team fight. Tried to walk back in and went like, okay, guys, attack me, finish me off, but they didn't touch him. He was hoping that they would end up getting the kill off of him and pop his Aegis and like focus him down. They'd be able to take a fight, but excellent call outs and team coordination there by APU, focusing the rest of the heroes and catching up Morphling after he was by himself at the very end.
Yeah, one of the things in that fight that was just very unfortunate for Lava is Morphling like going for the auto attack there on that illusion. Like that information allowed APU to get the split right away, and they kind of botched their initiation as a result.
Yeah,
so
X jumps in, call doesn't end up landing on anything. I mean, the same thing happened with the Burrow Strike from the Sand King when he came into that team fight. Didn't end up connecting, but obviously able to do quite a bit more. The initiation on Frank is just like everything for them, right?
yeah, you got to find that first call into the Mystic Flare. I mean, that is where most of your damage is coming from. You have the Bane who can Nightmare dodge some of it, as long as he's nearby, but still it's a huge difference in damage for the fight. Shadow Fiend grabbing himself the Enchanted Quiver. This is such a good item on this hero.
Yeah. Enchanted Quiver. I mean, you were telling me a story the other day where you're playing the carry SF and you had like Silver Edge, Enchanted Quiver, you had like a ton of damage, you're super far ahead, and just ended up one-shotting heroes.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we're going to see that, but
I one-shotted a Shaman from like, we had just taken mid lane barracks, and he was like behind his tier 4s, and I was just like, bonk, and he just 100-0 died.
actually, it's possible that it happens to the Skywrath Mage this game.
It could,
if he just loses all of his armor.
Speaking of Skywrath Mage, some bugs there going to scout the hero TPing in behind the tower.
He's going to do it to him?
Mini, oh baby, with all the minus armor. Yeah, he's got him.
2 attacks, though. 2 attacks.
Stay down.
Not
Oz comes
quite
out
a
of
one-shot,
the-
but very close.
Yeah. Definitely hurt there. Nobody's going to be able to get over here to defend the tier 2 tower before it drops, so that is going to go the way of APU, and that's going to open up outposts as well.
He took 1,342 damage off that first auto attack. He literally only hit him with 1 attack. It's like, it says 2 instances of damage, but that's literally counting the Enchanted Quiver, I think, is what it is.
No, there were 2 attacks. That
Was
came
it?
out from him.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It
The
was.
second one ended up finishing him off. But yeah, SF much closer to this Eye of Scotty now. That's going to play a huge part in being able to blow up the sweep. I mean, you're tankier yourself. It's going to be harder for them to just blow you up, but the healing reduction, the slow as well. It's still easy for Morphling getting out of the team fights with the waveform, but 30% slow, plus like the Spirit Vessel, the Eye of Scotty HP regen reduction onto them after they get that initiation with like a Burrow Strike or a Fiend's Grip is going to make Morphling's life miserable. All right. A little bit of downtime.
Yeah, both teams just trying to farm up towards their next item, it seems. I mean, there's a 15k gold lead for APU, but at the same time, like, the fights have just been kind of a disaster for Lava. Like, as the polar opposite of last game, where every fight was Lava just outperforming APU. This time, it seems like they're struggling a little bit more here. But Sand King's had a really good game. Like, shout out to Sexy Fat. I mean, he's owned. He's super farmed on this hero. He's got his Lincoln Sphere done on his way to his Shivas. they've got so many answers to the side of Lava Heroes. There's almost an Eye of Scotty on the Shadow Fiend as well.
Yeah. That's in fact the Eye of Scotty flying out to him right now. That's one of the big times they're waiting for. And then the Aghanim Scepter on the Bane. I mean, the 2,000 gold off that one, but
Nightmare out
gonna
from
initiate on
Serum.
this one.
Axe pops the Blade Mail, trying to find someone to go in on, but oh, he got the Blink. Really well played there from the Mars. Blink Call is going to be able to find the Shadow Fiend. Oh, he just gets crit by Benny. He's dead instantly. There's your one shot. All right, well, 2 heroes dead, about to be a third as Leo style just gets crushed. Make it 4 as you even lose the Ogre.
I don't think they knew that kind of damage was going to come out from these heroes here. The Axe jumps in on them, gets the Berserker's Call off. I mean, that's exactly how they want to start the team fight, but he very quickly learned that there's a lot of damage coming out from the SF and the Kunkka here. It gets absolutely melted, as does the rest of his team.
Yeah, Kunkka went for just like a Shadow Blade crit with the Tidebringer and one-shotted the Scarth Mage. It did like 3,000 damage.
Yeah. Of course, all the armor on the Axe and what he got from the Berserker's Call did not end up applying to the SF, or sorry, to that Skyrath Mage. Yeah, we do finally see our one shot at the end there.
All right,
And Roche responds as well with Mars still down for another 23 seconds. They'll make very quick work of this, especially with the bugs.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be an easy take for them, and that's going to be Shard and Aegis going the way of APU. They do scan this, but it's a little bit too late as they've already grabbed the Aegis, and now wondering if they should even bother taking a fight. Ward gets dropped up on the high ground. There is a Ward Sentry here already placed by APU, so
They're going to try to take the fight. And they
Blink Call off the mark, doesn't connect onto anyone, and meanwhile, Shadow Fiend, he does get his Requiem canceled. Serum just bursted down from Kotaro. Burrow Strike in, finds the Ogre Magic. Big Arena pins down 2. Can they take down Mini or Sexy Fat here? He gets the Burrow Strike to follow it up. They get the first kill. They did the second. Now Mini has everything still available when he comes back, but I mean, this fight looking very good. Kotaro doing a lot of damage here on this Morphling. He has a Burrow Strike, and he's stuck inside the Sentry. Benny will fall. Ends up being a great fight and fantastic play here. Oh, Kotaro feared up. Mini, what a gamer.
Oh, holds his ground there and hits him with the Requiem. I mean, the entire thing didn't hit him, but he ends up getting the save off along and finish him off with magic damage.
Dude, he was just outside the Sentry range too. Like, there's a Ward Sentry up on the high ground, and Shadow Fiend was just outside of it.
Yeah. They place a new one down there after the Morphling goes down, but that is not going to bring him back. Feeling themselves after getting that Beyond God like spray there from the Kunkka, but not going to reclaim any of the control over the map now without that Morphling. Well, not much of it anyways. Unfortunately, you did end up wasting your Aegis there on APU, but you talked about this one earlier. This Mars isn't really scaling with damage. This Position 4 Skyrath Mage, not amazing as the game goes on either. APU, they're looking like they're in better and better shape, and their net worth lead is only growing as this game goes on.
Yeah, 21,000 has become a huge issue, and now we do see Weaver pick up the Desolator, queue up Butterfly. Hey, you know what, Neff? Speaking of butterflies, do you have one? Because I've been missing you a lot lately. Happy Valentine's Day, brother.
Did you steal that from my Twitter?
Wait, what? Did you tweet this?
I did.
No way, dude. Did you actually?
Yes.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Oh my god. Nice one, man. Nice one.
I refuse to believe you actually tweeted that.
I did. We can pull this one up later.
No, absolutely not.
I tweeted it yesterday, in fact.
Well, I wrote it as a joke like 5 years ago, so I'm gonna take that one. Meanwhile, in the jungle, big Arena comes out. Frank taking a lot of damage. The BKBs coming through from Benny and Mini. They take down 2. Feeds Grip also caught the Mars. He's trying to run away here, but seems futile. Oh my god. Kotaro just goes in, pops the BKB. Big stun. There's no way. This guy can't do it alone, can he? He's definitely going to try. Scarth Mage on the backside with the silence, but they just get the Requiem and he dies for 100 seconds. Okay. About to be a 5th hero killed here as Kim found on the backside and just melted by the Weaver. And this is when the carry build on the Weaver is a lot better, right? As opposed to last game.
Yeah, you have actual heroes are able to jump on the back lane here, and they wipe absolutely everybody. I mean, we saw this one coming. They're just gonna barrel straight down the mid lane here. Uh, full duration being grip in that team fight as well. There's just nothing that they were able to do. I think this one's over, man. How do you defend from this?
I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do. 5 heroes are dead. They literally can't defend right now.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is a long time coming.
He doesn't have the presence aura affects buildings. I guess this game you can kind of he went the magic damage build and it has paid off a little bit, but a little bit of a slower push as a result.
It seems like they're pushing just fine. They still have another 40 seconds until Morphling's back up. 10 seconds without the Mars. I mean, I think the Mars is a major thing they're waiting for, but without the Morphling, they lack damage.
I mean, Morphling is all of their damage basically at the moment. Like the Axe and like Mars are not doing a whole lot. You have like the Blade Mail, which, you know, that's, I guess, turning their damage against themselves, but they get the 2 lanes of barracks with ease, now up 33,000. And this game looking almost all but over here for the side of Lava.
Yeah. And they're going to go for like a desperation play, try to leave their base, but I'm pretty sure this is just like, this is the last breath here from Lava. If they can catch them out as they move into the triangle again, okay, great. Well, the triangle or catch Hero moving into this tower by themselves. But they read this movement perfectly here on APU, and
oh, it blinks up to the high ground. He gets a 2-hero stun. The question is, can they get out? Kim just instantly destroyed, way too much minus armor, and now Mars trying to run away inside his own arena, but the backside of the fight, they managed to get the call. They take down the Shadow Fiend, and Kataro will be able to burrow strike his way out of this fight, now looking to see if they can grab the Weaver. He doesn't have any way out. He's going to get silenced up, but the Lotusaur might protect him. No, he's still dead. Cost you 2 buybacks.
But Kataro got to do damage that team fight, ends up getting the jump off on the SF and blows him up very quickly in the middle of that Berserker's Call coming out from the Axe.
Gold for my chest.
That's a quick shotgun there. 21 or 300 damage from Morphling in a matter of like a second and a half.
Oh, he finds Benny. Inside the triangle, he doesn't have a BKB, but he's got a Silver Edge, so he is out.
Yep. Moves, rather. Just a little bit too far away there on MJZ on the Ogre. And I mean, they're going to try to find a little bit more. The wave of push here into the tier 2 tower, but I don't think anyone on APU is going to go far enough out for them to continue to capitalize off of these pickoffs. In fact, bottom lane is pushing into their base. They need to send somebody back to defend this.
Nah, they'll just go mid.
I mean, not into the high ground, they don't. Not against Epicenter, not against Fiend's Grip.
Why defend base when you can take enemy base, though? You know?
That is true. There's just no objectives that are in reach for them. The other waves are pushed too far in for them to get any more towers. They did end up getting the mid one, but Roshan's still another minute away at the very minimum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Unfortunate timing for them to win a team fight, but nice timing for APU. If they're going to make any mistakes, it's best that it happened right then.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Both teams, they need to pick up their tier 4 neutral items, though.
Oh, that's a pretty big one. Timeless Relic and Telescope. Okay. Well, those are huge. They're going to get the Timeless Relic, I'm sure, over to the Sand King. Yep. Telescope will probably make its way over to Bane eventually.
Yeah. Given that he stopped building his Aghanim Scepter ages ago to finish up the Aether Lens. "19 seconds until we see when Roche respawns. Aesthetics cap and then Flicker found last year on the SF. He's not going to take that though, he's just going to hold on to the Enchanted Quiver. I guess he's been valuing how quickly he blows up the Skywrath Mage.
Well, they also just managed to find their own Timeless Relic for the Radiant, so that one will probably be on the Skywrath Mage. It might actually end up on the Morphling eventually, so we'll see.
Yeah, not sure.
There They're ready to go mid, but he's got a Lotus Orb protecting him for the moment, plus the Lincoln Sphere, so it's not an easy initiation.
Yeah. If Serum was there close by, it would have been able to catch him out, but a little bit too far away, even to blink in with the dagger. You can't blink from pretty far thanks to the telescope and the ether lens, though.
Sand King is level 25, so he has the Storm, Blind, and Slow, which is super annoying to deal with. That 40% miss chance applied in a massive AoE is no joke. All right, Daedalus now for Kataro. Morphling's going to do a lot of damage, man. The real question is, can he actually carry this alone? Because you have a 32,000 gold advantage here on APU. I mean, every single hero just like items up on its counterpart. They're smoked up looking for Katyu. He's under the cover of an Invis rune, though. He is going to find them. He doesn't actually see all of them, though. He's underneath the sentry. If they find Serum, it would be a decent start to the fight. And in comes the arena. Managed to stun them in place, but where's the follow-up? There it is. Kataro on the backside will find the kill onto one. Now trying to go up against Mini, but in comes Benny as well. Bro strikes up onto the high ground. Kataro saved by the Lincoln Sphere. Nice call comes through, but the damage, the Torrent connects. Kataro goes down for 100 seconds without buyback. Beautiful read by Benny, and now it's the Weaver helping chase down for more. The Mars, no chance.
He just stops moving, and that might be the last of the hope that they have. I wouldn't be surprised if a GG calls out not long after this. They might have a little bit of time if they choose to go for Roshan here, but no, they went straight in the base. I think they're just going to look to close this one out.
Mini pops Satanic, trying to keep himself alive. Yule's going to be able to cancel it, but it doesn't matter. They're just hobbling their way back into the base. Double kill goes the way of Benny. He just crits him down, and like you said, the GG gets dropped.
And that is going to be it. APU end up winning the second game here. Morphling not having the goal for buyback did end up costing them a lot, but I think realizing how difficult the game would be there if they didn't just win the next couple of team fights. They're already down 2 Raxes. The enemy team obviously outscaling them the further this game goes on because the Mars in the mid lane, the Skywrath Mage in the position forward, both fallen off. It was not an easy path for Love. I feel like they didn't win enough in the early game. A couple unfortunate deaths from the Morphling right after he ended up building his Lincoln Sphere. And I think that ended up slowing them down too much for them to get their pace that they were going for this game.
Oh yeah, I agree. The Morphling had like a really bizarre death in lane that, you know, he pretty much had no business having, and then the 2 deaths immediately, like you said, after finishing the Lincoln Sphere, just was really rough for him. And Leo Style and Axe, like they just did not feel like they really had the impact they were hoping to have out of these heroes, and APU just farmed like crazy.
Frank had some super sick jumps at the beginning of this game.
He had some good calls, that's right.
Yeah, but too much had to go right in these team fights, and I felt like not enough went well in the super early game for them. Katara specifically, but I don't know. It feels hard to. I feel bad critiquing somebody who's 16-7. Like he also had some amazing jumps in this game, made a lot of plays happen. But that's just the nature of Morphling. Sometimes your game doesn't go super well. You start up a little bit too slow. It was an awkward draft to play against for sure, but congratulations to APU King of Kings here. I mean,
yeah, tying it up 1-1 for the group stage. Yeah, not a terrible start.
Yeah, this is a team that ended up making it through the open qualifiers here. Super solid team, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Looking forward to watching more of them as this tournament progresses. But this is going to be it from
South America
today.
Yeah, we've got 2 North American series coming up after this. It's the Cut versus Dog Champ will be right now, and then we have them taking on Wildcard Gaming after that. So we're gonna go to a short break, everyone. We'll be back with our second series here of the day. Yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.